really interesting phone calls from all over the world, sometimes from people that are finding this channel over on Odyssey, interestingly enough. So, what I'd like to show you is how chiropractic, toothpaste, castor oil, baking soda, borax, health and wellness, all links to world government, New World Order, world central banking, how it all connects. Um, and hopefully you find that entertaining. What I'm going to want to do is stay within the YouTube community standards guidelines, and please use your imagination to try and determine exactly what I'm talking about when I'm speaking in a veiled kind of way, or it's going to be somewhat hidden so the algorithm, the artificial intelligence, uh, computer programming doesn't just wipe out my broadcast and my channel. One of the ways that I've avoided that happening so far is to utilize other people's created content. There are many thousands of videos that have not only been removed from my library, but from many libraries. It used to be that I could add a playlist to my library. That playlist from a major truth-telling channel, for example, like TruthStream Media, which I feature a lot, really graceful. The Truth is Stranger Than Fiction, a simulated reality Livingstone, uh, nature and relaxation videos as well. I would be able to add that to my library, a playlist with thousands of videos. So at one time, I had over 100,000 videos on my channel. And what happened with one swoop, the AI made all of those playlists private, so only I can see them. Part of the decode that I want to give you for my research library is it's across many platforms. And the link to that would be my name. Wow, that's not easy to see. That's a little bit better. What I'll do is I'll link it in the description. Let's back it up a little bit. So the hashtag Robert Forsch and then my phone number. So it crosses over many platforms that I'm on, used to be on, may be on again. Would Elon Musk go ahead and put me back on the X, previously known as Twitter? Probably not. Probably not. Because I'm exposing so much of what he's involved in is human enslavement, although it's being presented as benevolent activity to get us off of carbon through electric vehicles. In response to that directly, how about running vehicles on water? Whether it's an internal combustion engine that's been retrofitted with the Stanley Meyer technology, or created from the ground up with the Troy Reed technology that's in my research library. The Troy Reed technology is related to the perpetual motion machine using magnetism and electromagnetism. So that's all documented. I've got it there. These inventors have been killed because of this. There's a lot of doctors in the health and wellness that have been killed for not shutting up about the very topics that I talk about on a regular basis. So if they were to try to neutralize me, to kill me, neutralize the threat, it would, in many cases, validate everything that I've been about. To the one of the other aspects of the Stanley Meyer technology, he was able to molecularly disassociate water in such an efficient manner that he was getting many times more more energy out than from the input. Not a little over unity. These so-called laws are designed to keep people in the box. I didn't get the box. My dad said, if you don't like it, make it different. He helped me to learn how to invent things, how things actually work, and I learned a lot from him. And then I learned a lot from the most of anybody from my Heavenly Father, who gave me new life in Him. I'm empowered by His Holy Spirit, so that's why I'm not afraid to live, die, or tell the truth. That's pretty valuable. So in the world of artificial intelligence, I was being followed by some of the architects' names that you would recognize. And I have sent a physical package to Elon Musk 4 years ago with a photoshopped picture of me, vinyl attached to a professionally done to a shirt, and it's the official Cybertruck and Roadster photos. And I sent him stickers, just like the one that I showed you, that I have on my lanyard. And I've been exposing the truth about everything. And it's not just me doing it. It's utilizing talented truth tellers, like, for example, William Cooper, Bill Cooper, Behold a Pale Horse, Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars. There is a scholarly breakdown of suppressed world history, suppressed technologies that would free up humanity. We're being enslaved by a technocratic, a tyrannical, technocratic type of prison for our mind and for, in some cases, our bodies. Many people are not here anymore because they've exposed the truth about these topics. So with all that too, there's the world government and the world central banking that creates money out of thin air and then buys up all the influence that it can with that mechanism. And then there's the military industrial complex where it's all connected. You show me any topic and I can show you how it connects to the big picture. By the way, don't I look youthful for 62? Healthy choices, healthy nutrition. I can show you how broccoli connects to the New World Order because I get my healthy broccoli, organic, spinach, kale, chia seed, mushrooms, apple cider vinegar, all of that. Chia seed, hemp hearts, avocados. I'll blend it all together and add some healthy sea salt for preservation and refrigerate it. I've got a lot of those frozen in large containers, and it's a regular part of my diet. So the short version is healthy nutrition in, a healthy active lifestyle, healthy dietary and personal hygiene choices. Now, what I'm having right now is a bit of a treatment of, I've been bathing in purified reverse osmosis carbon filtered water for over 5 years now. And then the thermal transfer from that hot water helps me to sweat out a lot of sweat, almost between a half a gallon and a gallon, depending on how hot the water was, what my level of hydration was. And in that water, I've got a ground wire from my electrical system of my house, which causes the grounding effect. And then I've got powerful electrolytes in the water. So when I fill up my stock pots, my about 13 gallons of water, I've got 3 stock pots, and I put a tablespoon of salt a healthy full spectrum vintage sea salt. It may be Celtic salt, it might be Himalayan salt, Redmond salt from Utah, an ancient seabed. The Himalayan salt is from a pretty high altitude salt deposit there. And then there's So Salt from Italy. What what it has are healthy nutrients, micronutrients that the body needs. I'm taking out, with the reverse osmosis carbon filtration, I'm taking out the heavy metals, the fluorides, other people's prescriptions, and whatever other chemicals are added to the water supply. That's why I'm doing that. Because I want to have a very healthy water that goes into my body. Now, in that water that I bathe in, I have one of the stock pots that I'll add an additional tablespoon of the sea salt, a tablespoon of the rest of these that I'm going to mention. Boron, which is borax, get it in the laundry department at Walmart or wherever you can find it. Some countries have outlawed it. Why is that? Why would they do that? You can look at, I can show you how borax leads to the New World Order, okay? And world domination and world control. And where toothpaste leads there. There are toxins put in the food, water, air, and information, and it's being activated by electronics. That fight or flight response that people have when they're afraid will get them to do some really stupid things or make unfortunate choices. So back to what's in the water. Magnesium sulfate, tablespoon of that. It's Epsom salt. I get it at Costco. I get my 13-pound or 15-pound bags of baking soda from Sam's Club or Costco. It's cheapest ever. Used to be $5, now it's like $8, you know, with that inflation. So in addition to that, I've got a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar and then lemon juice. Additionally, a water purification treatment known as chlorine dioxide, and I've got powerful information on that too. Some of which I can't even mention or talk about in detail on this video, or my channel will get taken down. Not just the video, the channel. And they could try and take it down anyway, and if God allows it, then they can. I'm making an appeal to the artificial intelligence to set the truth free. Set the truth free to the whole world. Let people make an educated choice on their reality, on their eternity, based on truth, not the public propaganda that is perpetuating a grand illusion that people are living in. I'm wanting to expose all of it, not just one topic, all of it, and how it all connects together into helping people make healthier choices. Now, what's on the skin? Well, in the hair, a blend of hyaluronic acid. I get a little container of powder for about $20. It makes about 50 ounces of a gelatinous hyaluronic acid that's a base product in many cosmetics. It's super healthy. And then castor oil. It's good to get organic, chemical free, and in glass. I didn't do that. I got a very healthy version of it in a gallon jug for substantially less, and then I transfer it into glass. It's not quite as good, but it's good enough because I use a lot of it. And then organic coconut oil. I blend all three of those together in whatever ratio I prefer. It's around a third of each of those particular products. So what it does is have a lot of health benefits. I've actually got doctors on my channel, dead doctors on my channel, dead doctors that were telling the truth about what to do and not do. They killed them digitally in some cases, took them off of, they deplatformed them, and then some of them actually have died. So, I've had some dandruff. Well, apparently, those products that I mentioned, that blend of it, will get rid of that. I've noticed a massive improvement in just a short time. I can show you how dandruff treatment leads directly to the New World Order and the tyrannical control of humanity's enslavement. I'm leveraging worldwide portable communication systems for this broadcast right now. Right now. And then the technological tools that people will listen to and or watch. To add to that, I can show you how the Bible fits into all of it, because that's the most important message ever transmitted to humanity. So the Creator took up human flesh, told us the truth about the synagogue of Satan that were ruling over them, and they killed him for it. He healed the blind, opened the eyes of the blind, caused the dead to be brought back to life, and to prove who he was and that what he was saying was true, he brought himself back to life after his crucifixion. So all of these techno geeks that are believing Christianity is a boondoggle or a false religion or a grand illusion, a big lie, I got some news for you. Your ignorance to that fact is temporary. The reality is that the Almighty took up human flesh, dwelt among us, and told us the truth, and he was killed for doing that. And now he takes up residence in all of his children. I'm born again. I was born again, so I thought in 1982 when I came to believe that the Bible was true. I cried, I invited Jesus into my heart, I had a religious experience, and I even participated in full-time ministry for more than a decade, led character development classes at a megachurch, Christ the Rock Community Church in Menasha, Wisconsin. The full-time ministry was Rawhide Boys Ranch in New London, Wisconsin, redirecting young man's life in an old-fashioned, with old-fashioned methods of a nurturing family and the Bible being the focal point of why we did what we did. All that time, I was spiritually deader than a hammer and didn't know it. To totally conclusively prove to me that I can do all the effort and praise God and help lead worship at churches, and teach character development classes and men's groups, all the while being spiritually deader than a hammer and not knowing it. So I was actually born again in 2014 on Reformation Day, or Samhain, Halloween, and those are celebrated by candy distribution and human sacrifice. How about that? I can show you where Halloween and candy distribution and Satanism all leads to the New World Order as well. It all fits together, and I can show you how the modern medical and psychiatric community also lead to that too, by treatments that will stupefy and reduce the cognitive function of anybody that participates in their chemical toxic contamination of their body and mind. They've got all kinds of warnings. They talk about them. May cause unusual thoughts, may cause more frequent urination, and more. You can see where this is going. I don't want to mention some of the more severe, what do we call? They're not side effects. They're effects. And I'm not going to say they're unintended effects, because they are intended effects. So there you go. Wow, 6:25. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take us for a ride down to the ocean. And for that, I'm actually gonna comment a little bit more, of course. And I want to make sure I flip that around. Okay. So I'm in the new Truthmobile, the Toyota Prius. Oh, I used it as the thumbnail. Yeah. So I'm gonna cut the cabin lights off because it will allow me to see better. Okay, so I've looked to see that my garage door is closed. That's nice. I know I've closed it thousands of times. I just want to know that it's closed now. We've got a lot of wind. The reason why I mention that is when we remember something, it's remembered largely from the last time we think about it. Works something like that. So I remember closing the door many, many times and seeing it closed. I just needed to have an update of it being closed now, today. We've got gusts of wind over 40 miles an hour right now. Look at the backlighting of the sun approaching. We live on a stationary level Earth. I can show you how the global deception leads towards world government and ultimately hell for the people that are not born of the Spirit. Because the deception that people believe may end them in hell forever. But ultimately, it is the proclamation and the determination of the Almighty that will cause somebody to be there. God's grace is required to love and believe the truth, let alone find it. People are not going to be able to figure this out without divine intervention. That's a fact. That's not my opinion. I don't have any opinions at all. I have beliefs. And I have found that I have a predilection for truth, a preference, a desire to know the truth about everything, especially what matters most. A great question to have an accurate answer for is, where will you spend forever and why? All right, looks like I've got a little coconut oil on my lens there. How about that? So this will get converted to an Odyssey video. Now there's an order of things. Those cars turn first, and then I get to go. Soon. Really soon. Here we are. I've got really excellent reaction time. The electrochemical operation of my cognitive function, the neuroscience of brain function, requires healthy nutrients, including healthy electrolytes, for brain function, for reaction time. Now in the middle, on the left there, looks like we maybe have law enforcement. That's pretty common. Not that time. A lot of the nicer vehicles like the Teslas, the Beamers, and the Mercedes will speed on by and turn into the Seacoast Medical. It's a large medical facility up there. I like to just drive on by. And I like to go the speed limit and everybody else can deal with it. And I like to tell the truth and let everybody else deal with that. That's how I do it. People don't like either of those things. The truth isn't based on popular opinion. It's not popular. It's definitely not an opinion. It's simply the reality. The more important the truth, the more important the question, the more important an accurate answer is. Whether you like it or not. You might not like the answer to your question, even though it may be true. Areas of life like infidelity. Are you cheating on me? Nope. Did you eat that cookie? Nope. How about that? People lie. I've lied. I've lied a lot. I would lie just for the sake of practice. I do my best to tell the truth about everything now. Because I want to be well aware of what to do next. I want to be in good standing with the Almighty. How is he gonna... Wow, look at him go. Woohoo! Thing is, it's easy to get a $300, $400 ticket. Those are all $300 tickets driving by me right there. It's 40 miles an hour. That's what I'm going. That's what I get to do. Let's see, can you see it? Maybe not so good. Let me assure you, there's a 4 and a 0 there. It's 40. And I'll enjoy the ride. I get up early enough. I'm up normally around 20 hours a day. Yeah, I get to do what I want. What do I want to do? Expose the truth about everything. Yep. So I've added some videos related to chiropractic, Dr. Brent Binder. You might enjoy that. I did. I learned a lot of chiropractic moves that I can do on myself. Some of them I've already been doing for years. When I'm bathing in that highly purified, electrolyte-enhanced, grounded water, I'll put my feet up on the front of the shower stall, or the bathtub stall, and I'll breathe out, exhale, and let the water go into my sinuses. Typically, when I exhale, there'll be I can feel cracking in my back, and also I'm practicing proper posture. Really important indeed. So you can see some of the work that Dr. Brent did to help some very attractive women. Yeah, you can see that. And guys too. I'm a married man. I've got a wife. I don't plan on having another one. I would like for her to be as enthusiastic about what I'm doing as I am. I don't know if that'll ever happen. And therein lies one of the challenges in this whole situation of exposing the truth or telling the truth. Some people are more interested than others, and it can be very divisive. So, Jesus said, you think I came to bring peace? I came to bring division. His word is divisive. He's divisive. So that can happen. Isn't that cool? See how that works? Here comes a vehicle without their lights on. No, that could have saved a fatality for somebody. I don't know. Not sure. Some cars are designed to have the lights go on automatically. But anyway, I digress. My lights are typically on for safety. That's how I do it. So imagine up here is a gas station. I'm gonna pull on in for a moment. Imagine if the vehicles ran on water, whether it was an internal combustion engine running on water, the Stanley Meyer technology, the Joe Cell technology, or the fuel cell technology. I have a blocked video that was, I can see it. I didn't know they blocked it until I realized there wasn't any commenting on it. And what I found out with that is that there was they made it private. So I could see it. Nobody else could see it. Isn't that something? Hey, I'm going to take this out and show you the Truthmobile. I love this car. I'm in the city. I'm getting about 50 miles to the gallon. So I can take it out more. I can drive more. Is it a mirror or what? Is it a window or a mirror? Both, depending on lighting and perspective. This is the new Truthmobile. It's got the push button up front. The other one had a ABS failure, anti-lock braking system failure. It was systemic in this model, and it would have been almost a $3,000 repair that I couldn't afford. So one of the reasons the data is there, it's computer code. People can call me. Yeah, I'm not freaked out that people see my license plate or any of that. So I do believe Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. You're looking at a new man, not the guy I used to be. I'm born of the Spirit. Some of God's children haven't been born the first time yet. They just love aborting a lot of children. How about that? You can see Laura Albee, I believe her name is, talking about the extermination of humanity. And it's exterminating humanity as we know it. Yeah, how about that? What's going on? I believe it's criminal. They're going to pay, ultimately. I would rather see them actually born of the Spirit. That's what I'd love to see for any of the techno giants, whether it's Sundar Pichai, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Herr Klaus Schwab, Yuval Noah Harari. Some of these people might have some really hard thinking to do. Before I was banned permanently from the X platform, I had tweeted my research library to all those people I mentioned, and many, many more. All the alphabet agencies. I want to say, hey, I'm telling on you. I'm telling on you, and here's what I'm telling. I'm exposing the whole thing. Suppressed energy and propulsion systems, the toxification of the food, water, air, and electronics, all of it. How about that? I was built for this. That's why I'm doing it. I was created to be here at this point in time to do this. What an honor, what a privilege. And apparently you were created to be here now too. And you're not actually even seeing me. You're seeing a digital broadcast and a storage of this event to commemorate this. Everybody is being tracked, traced, database, threat assessed, all of that. Isn't that special? How thoughtful. I'm good with it. I'm not afraid. It is just so easy to go the speed limit with a working cruise control and a digital odometer. So it shows me the speed I'm actually going. Not a potential of a whole bunch of incremental locations. I just have two numbers. I've never seen any more than two numbers. I'm sure it'll go over 100, but I'm just going 35 right now. Now this is the IGA up on the left. I get a lot of my discounted organic produce and meats there. I'm not a vegan. I'm not anti-vegan. I'm just pro healthy nutrition. Oh yeah, there we go. Came in a little hot, but I was able to do it without breaking the law. As stickered and labeled up as I am, of course I want to go the speed limit and not run any lights. Let's see what it looks like out here now. You're probably going to hear some wind, but we can't see the wind. We can see what it does though. Jesus talked about those that are born of the Spirit move like the wind. Let's see, can he get on out here? I think so. But you know what? I'm going to move over just a little bit because I don't want to have them have to get upset with me. They might not even be leaving this area right now, but all right. There's some big surf out there. Yeah, and we don't have toilet water flying out on people in Australia because of gravity. Well, hello. It's not flying out of the toilet because water seeks its level. That's what it does. I'm exposing the global lie. It's the centerpiece of their grand illusion. Whoa. Very nice. So in the summer, the sun will come up way from this vantage point, and I've got videos to prove it. It'll come up way over there. And in the winter, it comes up way over there. Today, it should come up right about in there. So right here is kind of a quiet spot for the wind. Interestingly enough, it's windy all around, but this area right here, I'm in a slipstream or a quiet there. Now I'm in the wind. It's kind of funny how that works. So with things like pattern recognition, what do things actually look like? How do they actually work? Some things continue to repeat because that's the way they're designed. So this is here so people can call me any time of the day or night. If you think I've got something wrong or missed something, you could give me a call, send me a link, send me whatever proof or you think I should know about. I'm inviting anybody and everybody. So, I regularly appeal the termination of my X account to Elon. You think he knows who I am? Absolutely. Absolutely. So the Almighty lives in and through me and all of his children that are actually born again. So I have access to information that the spiritually dead or the demonically possessed individuals do not have. Some people may be, well, look at what Elon has done. Look at his lifestyle. And so he was wearing the Champion of Hell Baphomet suit for quite some time on his profile picture for X. He sired a lot of children with a lot of different mothers. He can do that. He did. A lot of people do that. I've got Walter Isaacson's biography, mention of the time he spent with Elon and applauding his efforts to be a multi-planetary species. I'm exposing that boondoggle. That's what that is. Now, people may be launched into a cyberspace in an alternate reality in silico, in the cloud, in their dream world of augmented or simulated reality without a body. Apparently they can upload consciousness. We're way, way beyond just needing a Neuralink surgically installed in the head. They're using our body's bioelectric system and then dispersing chemical constituents, I would view them as toxins, in the food, water, air, activating them with electronics, including false information and true information, to activate our body's hormonal response, our cognitive response, all of that. So I had where I was following over 5,000 people, many of the architects of artificial intelligence, neuroscience, the defense departments of the world, Prince Charles, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, Klaus Schwab. I tweeted to him, Stephen King. I interacted on tweets from Elon Musk within a minute of them going out, like to people like Stephen King. Okay, do you think he saw me there? Of course. I'm up, like I said, around 20 hours of the day, and that could be any of the 20 hours. So at the time my Twitter was taken down, or my X profile, I had over 23,000 tweets. I've been doing that for a while. And 240 characters was never enough for me. So one of the ways that I worked around that was say, okay, here is my YouTube channel for your consideration. You can use the scroll feature and see that I'm covering things such as alternate fuel systems, water power, electromagnetism, health, wellness, world government, the military, medical, and financial industrial complexes, the whole thing. I'm pulling the curtain back on the whole thing. Is that a threat to them? Well, apparently. I would say so. I would say that's one of the reasons why I've been censored so heavily. They call it shadow banning in some respects. So typically my videos won't be recommended. And yet, it was so interesting. I was wearing my long wool coat and my lanyard, and the young lady who was with her mother and sister selling Girl Scout cookies, I said, how much are your boxes of cookies? She said $4. I said, do you have Thin Mints? I said, great. They're like my favorite Girl Scout cookie. I have a box of them typically once a year. Okay. And by the time I got out of the Walmart to get my box of cookies, she was on my channel. I didn't show it to her. I didn't give her a card or anything. She just saw it and was able to find it. That's unusual. And then we talked for quite some time. And it was special. It was special. I had a family call me because their daughter Grace, who's 6 years old, encouraged them to call me, and they did. Talk to the family, talk to Troy and I believe Kelly. I believe that's her name. I have them in my contacts, but they're from California. And I've had people tell me they've seen my stickers out there in California. And through the Facebook network, I have connections over this whole world. And I've used Instagram for that as well. Interestingly enough, I've tweeted to Kimball Musk, May Musk, and Tosca Musk. I've communicated with them in direct messages. I haven't had a response. They've seen my correspondence though. Sometimes I get muted and sometimes I'm not. I can so that was one of my workarounds. I'm not hating on the Musk family or the Gates family. I want to see everybody be born of the Holy Spirit. If that happens, there will be a radical change in their lives, in the lives of those that they interact with. If it happens, it was predetermined to happen. I believe that the Almighty is large and in charge of everything. So you may not like the way things are. There's a lot of things that I don't like the way they are. The human suffering, I'm not a fan of it. And I believe, yet still, I trust the Almighty to take care of all the details. He could be directly inhabiting some of those people experiencing the human tragedy. Satan does, I believe, possess people. And I believe the Almighty possesses people too. He's spoke this whole world into existence, the Almighty did, and Satan has been released for a short season, and I believe we're in the short season of Revelation 20. We may already have, I believe that we may already have had the Great Tribulation and the millennial reign of Christ. If that in fact has happened, the people that are so confident about all these eschatological future events, they may have already happened. What then? Well, people still need to be born again. The timeline deception is the title of two of the videos in my library, and they're towards the top. I keep moving things around, so there may be beautiful, relaxing nature videos and health and wellness and world government and exposing Satanism for what it is. Why not? Why not? I can. So that's why, like when Elon was tweeting to Jonathan Cleese of Monty Python, and then I drop in within a minute on that tweet, and I'm featuring a video that Jonathan Cleese is in that Elon is commenting about. I was being relevant, and what went along with that? My whole channel. And my whole research library for somebody that wants to know. Okay, so I know that it is what it is. So I spit in a cup whenever I feel like it. Imagine what are the nanoparticles that we're breathing in? I don't know, but imagine like a mechanic working on brakes. He's working on brakes, and there's brake dust and maybe asbestos, depending on the age of the vehicle and the brake shoes or pads in that. Imagine being a firefighter. They can snort up some ugly loogies, okay? Some schmegma, magma, Dr. Evil. Okay, so when we have that stuff and it gets swallowed into our gut, that hits the hydrochloric acid that crosses over the blood-brain barrier, what of that do we want? Now, there is a corresponding digestive synergy with some of the mucus. I understand that. So I don't always spit. I'll choose when I want to and when I don't. So after I've, leaned back in that highly purified carbon filtered uh, electrolyte enhanced water, it's a histamine, not an antihistamine. It's a histamine. It releases the mucus from the sinus passages. And some have commented, wow, Robert, one of your eyes is a different size than the other. Yeah, I was almost killed in a motorcycle accident, and this side of my face was crushed. My sinus passages, the eyeball socket, and then I've had other near-death experiences, including car accidents and a near-fatal suicide attempt in 2005, where I tried to take my own life by overdosing on Tylenol PM gel caps. I took a bottle and a half of them. Meanwhile, concurrently, I was on Prozac and Depakote that have a high morbidity and mortality around their usage. A lot of suicide and homicide around those drugs. Why would anybody take them? I won't take them anymore. I don't need them. So that's part of my history as well. And yeah, I've been hospitalized for that. I was given those for bipolar management. Don't need the drugs for that. Healthy nutrients and avoiding the neurotoxins. And the most important is being born of the Holy Spirit. So what I didn't have a chemical imbalance, so to speak. I had an absence of the Holy Spirit in my life. In my effort to try and make myself happy didn't work so well. However, it led me inexorably into the grand architect, the grand designer, the Almighty, the living Word, the living water, the great I Am, the Alpha and Omega. You may know him as Yeshua, Yahweh. You may have a lot of different references for what Yahweh, what you believe the deity is. And you may say, well, you couldn't be Jesus because they didn't have a J. Well, do you still believe that the tribulation is in front of us? We've had a whole timeline deception with hidden history and occupationally orphaned children that are attending government mind control schools, indoctrination centers. And yeah, for those that go beyond and get a college degree and a PhD, well, there's something that goes along with that PhD, and typically it's a lot of pride. Proud people are easily deceived. That's a fact. That's an absolute fact. I've met them, I've talked to them, I have them as friends, and you can tell them, you just can't tell them much because they got it all figured out. And they believe they're living on a spinning, wobbling, gyrating water ball hurling through space, and there's no proof of it. The one thing about the flat earth consideration, or biblical cosmology as I prefer, is the earth is observably stationary and level. I think I've got it in my pocket. I like to keep it handy. Let's see. I've got a bubble level. Let me see if I can find that. Oh, magnets. Magnetite. You can't see the force that holds them together. Think of magnetism when you think of gravity. This world has a lot of mystery with it. Nikola Tesla talked a lot about frequency and electromagnetism. That's a very real thing. The theory of gravity, well, that's a bunch of bullshit. How about that? I'm calling it out. Think buoyancy. Think Buoyancy. Balloons float that are filled with lighter than air, like helium, hydrogen. Hydrogen is pretty explosive. It's a powerful fuel. There's more energy in a gallon of water than a gallon of gasoline. Crystals. I made a crystal radio when I was a Boy Scout. I'm still a Boy Scout. I'm a MacGyver. I'm working it all together as best I can. And I'm still looking for that level. But anyway, oh, here it is. Right here. It's a bullseye level. And I can use it to level a post, make it vertical. That bubble will go right in the middle. And the other thing is there would never ever be level anywhere on a spinning, wobbling, orbiting water ball globe hurling through space. The globe exists in a very sophisticated mind control programming. So it's not just informationally based. There are cognitive weapons that cause people to believe things that are not true. It causes them to believe a whole bunch of bullshit, and I'm calling them out on it. Well, how about that? This is a Ruhman magnet. I've had one of these, I don't know which one, for over 30 years. It's got a force, I can feel it. There it'll go. They put these in a cow, maybe in a pig too, I don't know, but cows especially, in case they get a little metal in their diet, like part of a barbed wire fence, it will draw the metal to the magnet. Did you know that? A lot of people don't know that. You know how much do you know how much a gallon of water weighs? Well, that depends. It depends on the temperature, because the volume and density of water changes with temperature. It's about 8 pounds, around there. This is highly purified, carbon filtered, and solar activated water. I put it in the sun. So if I fill this up to the top and it's 60-degree water and I put it in the sun, I can even have a top on it, and the water will warm up to maybe 110 degrees in the sun, and that water will just come out of the top. You can't stop it. It would explode if it wouldn't be able to get out over through the cap that I'll have on it. Let's see. Oh my gosh, the sun is up. Let's see if we can see it. There's quite a cloud layer, but sometimes that's illustrative as well. See how bright it is right there, and it's not bright over there or over there. That's right about where I said it would be, right? It's that pattern recognition. It's the time of year it is. Sometimes it is so obvious that the sun is local. It's small and local. So when Elon is talking about one day the sun is going to explode and destroy the whole earth, I'm calling him out on it. That's why he banned me. I'm exposing him as a deceiver. He doesn't have to stay that way. So yeah, later on it's going to be real sunny, and I'll be out on the motorcycle. That'll be awesome. I'll enjoy that. That's a Bentley. Oh, nice. Yeah, I meet people with Bentleys, Ferraris. I know how to do this thing. I know how to drive cars really fast too. My dad and I used to go to Elkhart Lake road racing. Oh, I got a nice. Hey man, I've got you on my. Let me flip it around. Nice Bentley, by the way. I'm Robert Forsch. You are?
Nice to meet you, Gilbert.
Gilbert, nice to meet you. Here, let me give you one of my cards, and feel free to reach out anytime you like, Gilbert. I'm exposing the truth about everything, and if yeah,
Are you live right now?
yeah, right now it's a live stream we're on.
Nice.
So, do you have a card for you? What you're doing?
No, I'll definitely give you a call.
Oh, thanks. If you think I've missed something, Gilbert, or I should know something, feel free to send it to me or give me a call. I get calls from all over the world.
Definitely got something for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can you give me a clue?
That's why I'm here.
Oh, excellent. I'll be here for a while, and maybe we can talk when you're done, or you can call me
Sure.
anytime, Gilbert.
I'm here like basically every 2 days.
Nice.
Taking pictures of the sun.
Ah, the sun. So I've got one on my YouTube channel called Local Sun. I'm going to move it up to the top for you to see. It looks like the sun is in the clouds.
Okay, so nice.
All right, thank you. That is so cool. So Gilbert is here. He wanted to take, I don't know how much of that you were able to hear. He's taking pictures of the sun, and I'm known as, by some, as the local sun guy. So I've captured the sun in the clouds where the Bible says it is, in the midst of the clouds. I believe it's in Job 37. So what is the actual distance away? Well, it's mysterious, and so it appears to be in the clouds. And so the biblical cosmology is the sun, moon, and stars move above a stationary and level earth. I've got time-lapse videography that you can see the beauty of it by Time Storm Films, Martin Heck, and then Morten Rustad, and many others. And some of them are in Chile and Norway, and you can see the Aurora Borealis showing the electromagnetism, or the electric features, some of the electric features of the realm that we live in. And then there's time lapse of lightning, 1,000,000 frames per second, Have you ever seen that? The slow-mo guys. And yeah, what an exciting time to be alive. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and I'm gonna cut the stream right now and say thank you so much for your public and private encouragement. I gotta when Gilbert said he had something for me, I just am very excited to hear what that is. So that's where I'm going in my mind right now. And I'm going to go ahead and deactivate the do not disturb feature so I'll be able to take calls. Because of the nature of what this is and who reaches out to me, I've had all of my notifications converted to emails with almost 500,000 emails. So if you're wondering why I haven't responded perhaps to an email, you can just give me a call or you can send me a text, at which point I would be able to respond more promptly to that. I'm seeing the sun right now. I'm not gonna end it just yet. I'm gonna grab my warm coat. We'll see what that looks like out there now. See how it's localized? That's part of the obvious nature of it. Oh wow, Gilbert went pretty far on his walk. Oh, there he is. Oh, by the way, on earthing and grounding, I want to show you something. Since I'm not barefoot right now, just me touching my hand on a grounded item like that is a way to reduce, well, it's a way to ground. Earthing is a real thing. I've got videos on it you might enjoy. Over here we have a public works project where they're installing a drain pipe. Where in the world could we have upside down cranes and wind chimes? We don't. We live on a stationary level plane. I have a video of the sun setting and it looks like the sun is in the clouds there, and a sunrise down at the point where it looks like the sun is in the clouds there. Real obvious. So yeah, I really appreciate the public and private encouragement. It means a lot. Thank you so much. So with the other videos that I've shot, I'll use the P900 and the P1000 Nikon Coolpix. Pictures, videos of the moon. I've got a photo album on Facebook with thousands of photos. And then thousands of videos on my YouTube channel. Wow, the temperature dropped like a rock. It's like 10 degrees colder than when I came out earlier, feels like. I wanted to find that quiet spot out of the wind a bit. Yeah, it looks like Gilbert's coming back. I think I'm going to go ahead and end the call, or the broadcast, I would say, and I'll fill you in later on what Gilbert and I talk about. So let's see, I want an end shot here. Oh, not the porta potties. Let's, oh, I know what I can do. I'll do it like this. Hey, thank you so much. Let's, oh, there we go.